Last night in Chicago, Department of Homeland Security kicked off what they're calling Operation Midway Blitz. Federal agents hit an apartment building on South Shore Drive and hauled off at least 37 people, but this wasn't just some quiet knock on the door. I mean, we're talking agents busting out of a budget moving truck, Blackhawk helicopters circling overhead, rappelling agents even onto rooftops, and this is all signed off by the Ice Barbie herself. The official line is that they're going after Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang members, but like we saw before in Elgin, U.S. citizens are swept up too, detained, questioned, and only released after the fact. That's the kind of overreach that has people pissed. Let's take a listen to what this lady had said.
She says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
Watson says budget trucks and military-style vans were used to separate parents from their children. Other neighbors say they saw agents destroying property to get in the building.
And they had a big 15-inch chainsaw with a round blade on it cutting this fence down. We're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military.
The FBI did confirm this morning that they did help the U.S. Border Patrol carry out a targeted immigration enforcement operation in this area, and they say they have been supporting these efforts at the direction of the U.S. Attorney General.
I want y'all to remember, this is less about law enforcement and more of a military show of force, okay? I mean, midnight raids, helicopters rattling neighborhoods, heavily armed agents storming apartments. People are saying, Trump supporters are saying this is exactly what I voted for. This is what we need to restore order. But here's the bottom line. U.S. citizens are getting caught up. Entire neighborhoods are being treated like combat zones. Neighborhoods. And the human cost is starting to outweigh all these cheap talking points.